Alright, and we're back with the not really a speedrun weird way of playing the Souls games. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys a little bit of some fun stuff to do that we can do now. Alright, so we've already got the FAP ring, which is what I call it, and a couple other cool people like Lobos Jr. I would not know any of this stuff if I hadn't watched Lobos Jr., by the way. I can't stress it enough. We're going to basically just go straight into probably some of the more dangerous shit in the game. In a speedrun, you can do Quelaag right off the bat, but it's really dangerous. I usually go with gargoyles first, and then I do Quelaag. Pro tip, by the way, always walk backwards, and you'll send the elevator back up. That is a huge plus. Can't stress it enough. If you don't do that, it's a bad idea. So, to get Quelaag early, we go through the Valley of Drakes and into Blighttown. Holy shit, doing this later on in this playthrough the right way is going to be Agony City, because I fucking hate doing Blighttown. It's not the worst, but it's not very fun. And I don't think I'm in disagreement here. It's one of the most annoying parts of the game. So, I don't remember how to do Blighttown skip off the top of my head. I always say I think it's this spot right here. You fall down, and you do it just right. You don't take any damage. Well, you'll take damage, but you won't die. You'll end up right where you need to be. And everyone always goes, Blighttown's the worst. It's the hardest shit in the game. Well, is it really? It's not that bad, trust me. So we did get a purple moss, which is great. That is essentially what we need to get through the swamp portion here without getting killed. Well, you don't need it, but it's definitely helpful if you want to save your sanity. Because once we're poisoned, like right now... Oh, that reminds me, shit, I used my damn... what's it called? My RYZEN, so we're gonna have to kill Quelaag the slow way. This is gonna suck. Don't do what I'm doing. You need to at least have a +5 weapon to make this tolerable. I can't stress it enough. I did give myself some health. It's weird, because I did a soul level 1 thing for the live stream event. So this is very strange to me. I'm gonna use Humanity just so I can have quicker heals with my Estus. And I'll give you guys my best advice for all the bosses and stuff. While I'm doing it. Let's see. Yeah, we'll get... I guess I'll do that while I'm here, too. Favorite boss in the game, by the way. Absolutely, without a doubt. Okay, so Quelaag is not that bad. First things first is if you run up to her, she'll almost... Oh god. Oh god! I got stuck in her leg, shit! Alright, that was really, really ugly. I'll try to heal here, that's fine. If I was still doing soul level 1, I'd be dead. So her most dangerous attack is her AoE, but the safest spot next to her is on this leftmost leg. Now... why do I like Quelaag so much? Because I'm a horrible person, and I love spiders, number 1. Number 2, this is such a good boss fight because you have to pay attention to everything in the arena. So, like, the lava pockets equates to dead zones. She can jump around. Oh, Jesus. What? See, I don't like her melee attacks. They have really nasty hitboxes on them. I've never been comfortable with dodging her melee attacks, so this is the best approximations I can give you. Now, this is a really bad spot. I want to get her out of there. You have to pay attention to both her and the spider. You have to conserve your stamina correctly, which is a huge part of what makes this fight really fun. You have to pay attention to the area with the lava. You have to pay attention to her swipes with her sword. It's just, you have to pay attention to everything. This is the first boss that really teaches you in the game, okay, buddy, you want to live? You got to pay attention. That's the most important thing I think a game can do, is teach a player how to read the animations, because it's one of the first times in the game you have to actually start doing that. Now, what I'm doing is Agony City. You should not ever try to do this. I'm just going to get her to stop doing melee so I can... You can also melee in between, but I'm not doing that. So, you're probably like, but don't you have a fireball, Seth? No, I do, but Quelaag is 100% immune to fire. If I do it, she'll just laugh at me, basically. I mean, she has a unique animation. She goes, ha 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 ha, and then you just... Yeah, it sucks. Don't do it. Now, you can stun Quelaag if you do enough physical damage to her on the human half. It's a little hard to do. You have to target directly. I think you can do it with an arrow if you try hard enough. If you're like, Seth, have you ever done the game with a bow and arrow? Yes, and it was surprisingly okay. There's a lot of ways to beat bosses. If you're like, Seth, I can do this boss faster than you can, well, be my guest. I'm doing it with a really crappy weapon with literally only health stats and no armor. So anybody can do it better than I can. But we'll transition over to Pyromancy once we actually get, you know, the gear for it. So, okay. So that attack does have a little bit of an AoE on it, but nowhere as big as her big explodey bullshit attack. See, that attack right there absolutely is the worst attack I think she has. The hitbox on it is massive, and what the hell? Okay, that's fine. So, like I said, you're not going to be fighting Quelaag with this low a damage, but I've got the experience, so I know what I'm doing. I'm going to be quiet for the rest of the fight so I can focus a bit. Like I said, she has that lesser AoE attack, which is not a big deal. My god, she is using nothing but melee right now. Nothing but melee and AoEs. This is just nasty. She's not using any of the lava range. Gross. So you can always tell the spider's going to do a lava attack because the spider's head will start moving up and down a bit, or down usually. And you always want to pay attention. That's why I love this fight. It is all about paying attention. Don't ever try to get greedy, too. You want to have enough stamina to always be able to roll out of something. Like right here. So, the big important thing in all the Souls games that you really need to learn real quick, stamina is like 2 times more important than your actual like health. Stamina is literally the amount of actions and reactions you can do. So having low stamina is fucking real dangerous because you cover more distance with rolls, and you can attack more frequently with more stamina. Now, if I go into stamina deficit and I take like damage, I take what's called like recoil damage, which is really shitty. Or sorry, riposte damage. I don't remember what it's called in the coding. Basically, it's bad. It'll cause you to take more damage, you'll stagger, and it just sucks. Oh, what the hell? That was a little too close. Alright. So we killed Quelaag in a really, really lame way. You're not supposed to be able to do this right now. This is... like I said, I have the experience, I know what I'm doing. So, 20k free souls, baby. That's why I did it this early as well. And pull the lever. Blammo. Ring the second bell. I'm so radiant. I'm so grossly incandescent. Alright, so that opens up Sen's Fortress, which... well, it sucks. I don't think there's any competition there. So, we're gonna get a free spell, too. Yep. If you've never seen this... no. A what? What? No, 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 I want an audience. Be gone.
The nerve of you. Be gone. Be gone.
Fine. I was gonna get a cool spell. I forgot you gotta say yes. It's been a while since I've actually looked at the dialogue for that. I hardly ever do it. That's fine. I don't really use Great Chaos Fireball anyways. I don't want it at all. Fuck you. You smell bad. Alright, so I'll show you guys another little fun thing. So, we're not gonna go rest of that bonfire just yet, and you're probably like, oh, Seth, what are you doing? This place is real dangerous. There's lava and shit everywhere. Well, yeah, I can see that. It looks like, you know, cheese all over the ground. That's fine. But no. So this is another really easy thing you can do after you kill Quelaag, is it's pretty damn hard to get killed right here. I mean, you have to actively try to screw this up if you're trying. And everyone will say, oh no, you're not gonna do it, are you? That's not the right way to do it. And I just say, I don't fucking care. That's all there is to it. So, Demon Ruins is a pretty high tier area. You're supposed to come here way later in the game. However, I believe this was not a glitch because it was clearly coded in the game that you could do this. We're gonna fight Ceaseless Discharge the cheesy way. Now, some people get really, really, really hiccupy about this sort of thing, and I think they just have problems. So, not my problem. There's Ceaseless Discharge. He's 100% immune to fire, and doing this fight the real deal way is agony. I hate it. It's not fun at all. So, what you want to do is you're going to grab Gold Hem. Oh! And we wait for him to pull out his little thing. Alright, so once he does that, start sprinting. And this is where you'll always not get hit. Now, like I said, you can fight Ceaseless Discharge in this really, really awful area. He takes forever. He sucks. I ain't dealing with that. You ain't dealing with that. Don't pretend you're wanting to deal with that. I've probably only killed Ceaseless Discharge legit maybe like 3 or 4 times. It sucks. You don't want to do it. Alright? Nobody wants to do it. Let's change this while we're at it. Let's see. Well, what is it? That'll be the default pose for me. Oh no, we've reached the end of the gate. What are we gonna do? Oh, hey, buddy. Well, what is it? Ugh. Oh, that's right. I gotta use bare knuckle. There we go. You're probably like, this takes forever. No, he's dead. This is one of the cheesy things you can do in the game. I don't recommend doing that if it's your first time, this early at least. What this does is it actually lowers the lava, because he was basically like keeping the lava in place, if I remember correctly. I don't remember why. He lowers the lava because it's a game mechanic. How about that? Now, we can go down there and get the shit beat out of us, or we can go all the way back to Firelink Shrine, and we just basically skip like 30 minutes of gameplay in a good way. This is Frampt. I'll talk to him, why not? My cat's named after this.
Ah, hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening? I am the primordial serpent, King Seeker Frampt, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the bell of awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment?
Sure.
Very well. Then I am pleased to share. Chosen undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, so that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. To this end, you must visit Anor Londo, and acquire the Lord Vessel.
Cool.
I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
So, we can feed Frampt a few items. So, what I just did there is I sold him the Soul of Quelaag and the smaller souls, because the smaller souls give you more in return. So that's pretty rad. How much can I get? Up to 35. Oh my god. I don't want to go that hard. We'll go yeah, what the hell. We'll do 35. I can deal with low health. Or low endurance for a little bit. So, we've basically done half of the early game, like, right off the bat. So, next thing we're going to do, we're going to kill Pinwheel. Now, Pinwheel is actually challenging. I know someone's like, oh lol, no it's not. Bullshit, don't fucking lie. You probably got your shit pushed in by this boss at least once. Don't even act like you didn't. Pinwheel can do a lot of damage. It's not a joke. Even at, like, New Game Plus cycles, Pinwheel is not a joke. So, this is another sort of speedrunny kind of thing, and I'll show you guys how to get all the other cool stuff down here way later. It's just a lot easier to go down here with better stuff, rather than just shitty, basically Soul Level 1 equipment, which is what I'm using. But not for long. So, what you want to do, I'll show you guys a couple of save and quit strats. Oh, this bitch. Okay, so this guy right here, he can absolutely nuke you if you're not careful with your stamina, like I'm being stupid right now. Alright, we're gonna pop this down. Now, once you save and quit here, what this does is it resets the skeletons up there, and it also lets you basically use this bonfire without being harassed. It's kind of a cheesy speedrun strat, but it works, right? So, I'm gonna kindle this bonfire. I usually do this even in like a Gravelord sword speedrun because I want to have that extra 5 Estus for this because it's always kind of yucky. Now, this is not the intended way to get down here. This is a very damn dangerous area. This is catacombs. It should say it by now, I'm pretty sure. I also have a shitload more health than you're supposed to. I'm way over leveled technically for this already, so you want to do that. Now this guy's going to be a real problem, and we're going to just walk, boom, and now we're basically in a kind of late game area. Now I want this guy to move, which he really should. I don't know why he hasn't. Alright, this is not fun. There we go. So these guys are bone wheel skeletons. They're extremely annoying. I don't think I have to say much other than they can kill me in like a second. What are you doing? Alright. So, with proper endurance, this is absolutely a joke. Like, not hard at all. But with level 1 endurance, which I still technically have, not fun. So let's see if I can do this. Can I do this? Yay, I can! So Gold Hemmed is actually a very good light armor set. That's a little slower, but that's fine. I'll watch the pinwheel. I haven't seen this cutscene in so long. Oh no, it's the nomads from Begotten. Alright, so Pinwheel, everyone likes to say, lol, if you died to Pinwheel, you're a scrub. So, that's just toxic, stupid thinking. So Pinwheel is also weak to fire and divine. What the hell? Oh, that's the clone, okay. So, I will use Lock-On for spells, because it's absolutely way better. Alright, looks like I want to use hand axe for this, probably. Probably a lot safer. I usually just use melee anyways. Okay. So pinwheel this early? No joke. So yeah, looks like I can do way faster damage with melee right now. So what makes pinwheel dangerous is the fact that he can summon so many clones that they just out DPS you, and it's very easy to get killed. Everyone likes to talk shit and be like, oh lol, you died to pinwheel. Dude, I've died to pinwheel so many times in a speedrun, you have no idea. It's very easy to do. So once he gets down to at least a quarter health, he'll start doing his big summon in an attempt to fucking nuke you, but yeah, I'm a lot better than him. So that's fine. And we get right at kindling. And the Mask of the Child. Cool. Alright, so Mask of the Child is a stamina up item. There's Mask of Child, Mother, and Father. It's a 1/3 chance. And we just happen to roll that. Do I even want to keep leveling? This feels so wrong. We're just putting all into fucking complete garbage right now. It's amazing. Normally I go with endurance, but I'm not really bothered by it. So we have 2 stamina increase items now. Also, when you kill the dude with the little torch, they have like a shrunken head. They're called, I think, just necromancers, I'm pretty sure. If you kill a skeleton after this, they'll stay dead, like in the, like for resting. If you use divine weapons, it kills them flat out, without having to have the necromancer be dead. It's kind of a weird mechanic. It's one of the few times I can think of a divine weapon actually being good. But I'm not really worried about it, so... Alright, so now comes the fun part that I don't want to do, but I'll begrudgingly do. Which, in a speedrun, like a Soul Level 1 run, I should say, this would be great. I would be absolutely rolling in dough right now. But I'm not, so it's a little bit weird. So, gold hemmed armor, by the way, absolutely fantastic armor set. This is, without a doubt, just one of the best. I think it's the best light armor in the game. In terms of, like, utility, you use it in speedruns all the fucking time. It's absolutely wonderful. So, I might as well just kindle this. So it takes 4 humanity, technically. You gotta be human first, so 4 to 3 humanity with Rite of Kindling, and you'll actually upgrade your bonfires. So this will give us 20 Estus per rest, which is pretty cool. Do I have any souls? Oh, I do, actually. Might as well crunch this while I'm down here. I don't think that's enough to level me, though. No. That's fine. Alright, so now we're going to go back and we're going to do depths. Well, at least start depths, I should say. Now, this is where having a Soul Level 1 mentality is really going to screw me up. So, normally, you're supposed to go here with, like, in a Soul Level 1 run, you won't be leveling up, right? Technically, I'm still in that same category. I have the same stats you'd have at Soul Level 1, except for my health. You'd use all your souls to get a ring, which we're going to get in a little bit. And that will basically let you just break the game in half. You're not supposed to do this at all. At this point in the game, it's normal, though. You're supposed to go at least 2 depths first, and then go through the depths to Blighttown, but ain't nobody got time for that. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way. You might be like, oh, but you didn't kick the thing. How do you do this without kicking the thing? Well, we'll kick the ladder later. Don't worry about it. I ain't worried about it. You ain't worried about it. So, okay. We have a +5 weapon, which is absolutely sufficient. I don't have Greater Chaos Fireball because I screwed it up like a dummy, which is not a big deal, trust me. Now this part sucks. I think this is a million times easier when you don't do it with the stupid methods that I'm doing. I have enough damage to make it not a huge problem, which is great. Alright, so this is how you get the pretty important ring. So, we talked to this guy, he's a sorcerer from Vinheim, he's pretty important. Once you talk to him, you can activate him, and that lets you basically get some early game sorcerer items if you're not a sorcerer. He sells a ring called the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring, which in this game is a little bugged. It's not supposed to do this, but it gives you increased pyro damage. So for a pyro build, it's great. But it's 20k souls, and I don't have that right now. Normally I would, but I don't. So, not really worried about it. This is the best way to get through here. And this is extremely annoying, so I hope I do it correctly. This is one of the most annoying boss fights in the entire series, by the way. Ow. Oh, I killed them both! Holy shit, I thought they were... one of them was still alive, wow. Okay, that's fine. So, Capra Demon is an absolute scrub. Once the dogs are dead, he is just cannon fodder, basically. And everyone says this fight's hard, they're not wrong. Capra Demon is like the definition of this is a dumb boss fight for a lot of reasons. You essentially start the fight getting the shit hit out of you by 3 enemies, one of which is a boss you have no idea or have any idea how to fight the first time you play the game. And this is where idiots will say, this is just like in real life. Like, Dark Souls is just like real life because you open the door and get hit by 3 enemies at once. And you know what? Fucking disregard idiots that say that shit. So, cool. We need this key to get the depths. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Here we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. These guys are... I think they're called bandits? I think? Or assassins? I can't remember what they're actually called. We'll deal with them later. I don't really feel like fiddle-diddling with them right now. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, I ain't dealing with that shit. So, they're one of the few enemies that can successfully backstab as well. But, you know, if you're like me and you're a scrub, you save and quit so you don't take a lot of dumb damage. Because you're a scrub. Right? Not because you have game knowledge, but because you value your fucking sanity. Alright. So when you want to get a pyro all the way up, what you're going to want to do is go here. So the merchant we're going to talk to is both our first source of increasing our pyro glove damage and getting a couple early game spells. So if you want to do this the old-fashioned way, be my guest. I'll show you how to do this part like an absolute fucking unit. So run here, jump, and boom, you've got yourself the large ember. That is the fastest way to get the large ember. Anybody can do that, promises. You just gotta jump off the fucking staircase. Alright, so Torch Hollow, that is the most dangerous enemy in the game. That is not a joke. That guy carries the power of the first flame in that fucking little tiny shitty stick. I am so tempted just to fucking leave this area. Do I dare? Do I dare try it? Can you even get in here? Okay. I don't know why I thought kicking the dog would help. This is bad. They might kill the NPC. No, I'll help you in a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna save and quit. If you're like, Seth, you save and quitting so much, don't feel bad, we're gonna come back here later, and we'll do it in New Game Plus to make you feel better. You can't do this in later Souls games either. You can kinda do it, but it doesn't really work. So, roll through the barrel. Thank you. Okay, so this is our Pyro Boy. Now, once we've freed him, we've also got the large ember, which is fantastic. We can actually do a couple more things. So I'm going to hold on to these souls. Now, if you've never played the Souls games, or you've played other games in the Souls trilogy first, you'll say, well, wait a minute, why aren't you upgrading your faith and intelligence? Because in Dark Souls 1, pyromancy worked off of the glove. It didn't actually work off of a statistic yet, because in lore, it was supposed to be a heretical art. It didn't have an actual, like, you know, root in the game's lore. So, basically in this game, pyromancy's busted as fuck. I think that's the best way I'm going to describe it. It's very, very busted. You do not need to level at all, essentially, to do it. It's just, it's a good time. That's all there is to it. Pyromancy would never, ever, 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 ever be this strong ever again in a Souls game. Probably for the better, because it was extremely buggy and broken, and you weren't supposed to do a lot of the shit with it. But you know what? You can always play this game and enjoy it. So, okay. One thing we're going to do now is we're going to go back to our Pyro Merchant Man.
Boss, yeah, oh yeah, I think you have it. I'll be pleased.
No, say no.
Yeah, what,
And he'll say, oh, good, wonderful, yeah. Let's go ahead and pick Fire Orb. I don't think I need that. And we're going to go ahead and do something I normally don't do, which is probably shocking to somebody, right? Do I have any more souls? No, just smalls. I don't need those. I'm going to kill Moonlight Butterfly, which I normally don't do, because I just never do it. Moonlight Butterfly is going to give us some more souls, and this is going to make things a little bit easier. Now, Moonlight Butterfly on its own is pretty easy. So, I should have enough casts, right? Let me double check. So we'll have... I should have bought another fireball. It's alright. It's all good. I can struggle through that boss if I have to, just to get some extra souls. It's no big deal. But we're pretty much rocking in the free world right now. We don't have warp yet, which sucks. And we have to keep going back to that guy over and over. It just ain't no fun. But actually, you know, when we get down here, I'm going to break the video here, go to the bathroom, and then I'll do the next episode. So, I'll see ya in the next one.